Wait, are we back?
Oh yeah, okay, so
Wait, are we back at...
for brevity, we're just gonna be back at the Braydon house, all four of you.
Alright.
So you, Kaanthe and Tarina return, and you see that, I imagine that Luna and Ellie are still in the wine cabinet.
Probably good.
Yeah, and you guys just are having like a discussion on like possible like plans on like what to take. And so then yeah, you guys find them in the wine cellar. It's a tiny room.
Oh, you guys are back. How was the art district? I mean, it looks like you guys had a lot of fun. You guys are all sweaty and stuff.
Is it any nicer? So Penelope is like blood dripping out of her ears still, like dried up stuff here. Oh my god, she is dead.
Oh,
her legs are all cut up. And
You
so
don't see Tarina either. It's just a drow lady.
you just see
And,
her and her friend.
Yeah, you see like the
Do you need some healing or anything?
the
Yeah, would you
arcane
happy with that?
the arcane boys have like a look of mild panic because there's this new drow person and they're like
And who's your friend, Keontae?
Tarina, just Tarina, I get it. Okay. Then Keanu try to find a place to sit down.
in the wine cellar there's
She'll sit on the floor.
you can sit on the floor. There's only one chair and Farius is sitting in it. He's not giving it.
Okay.
How?
Okay. She sits on the floor, then just kind of like slowly just kind of lays down.
Yeah, I guess I'll be healing Keontae.
Yeah.
Get her bearings, sir.
How bad are you looking? Are you looking like really bad or like sort of bad?
I mean, she may have a lot of blood because
I
she's
could be
caught
3
up.
fourths better than I am right now.
Okay, I'll cast it. I'm gonna cast. I'm just gonna put my hands on your ears, right where you're like bleeding, and then like my little spirit friends come up and just kind of swirl around you, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at level 2.
Ooh.
Oh heck yes! That's 14 points back at you.
Thanks, buddy. You're the best.
What? Why is all the recreational activities down here so dangerous? I mean, you guys had a dangerous funeral and now a dangerous art district? Why is art really that dangerous here?
Ellie has like a, you know how Ellie has like her head here? Ellie just kind of holds her too, just says thank you so much. She's just very happy to have someone normal in her life that's not trying to kill her.
So you share a nice little bonding moment right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of like thank you. Thank
Because I
you.
am pretty normal.
Kenora's just like, yeah, you're totally normal. Farius makes kind of a face. He's just like. Narte's still pretty shaken up.
She'll just take what she can get. I don't want to draw that. Where's my sketchbook? See a little moment in my brain.
So, what are you guys doing?
So what happened? We got a lot of stuff that happened too.
Alright, well, Kathy's just like, I found my brother.
Well, that's
And,
nice.
Oh, the Barton? Yes, he... Bad Barton? He was trying to... he was trying to make me go back home.
Do you not want to go back home?
Not with him, no. Why not? Well, he tried... I can't be there anymore. I already told you about my family, right? I can't go back, not with him.
I think you've like elaborated a lot on it.
No, probably not.
So
It's
like,
hard to say.
They know that you
Yeah.
come from a prestigious family that is well known for being. Well, it's rumored. Much like any mafia family, it's rumored that they're involved in these violent acts, but there's no like solid proof.
Do we know?
And no one's holding it against them.
Do we know
Yeah.
that she's related to Seliana? I think we do. Right. I feel like you might have told us that you're. Did you tell us that you're?
Yes,
Seliana?
yes, Keonthi told you that you are related to her. Yes.
It's just hard for her to come out with the truth. It's just kind of just like, she's still ashamed of it. She can't really face it, but now she's kind of having no choice but to kind of literally face her family.
Okay, so are you telling them in more details about your family then? Like, or are you just gonna say like, my family's kind of bad, I don't want to go back?
Yeah, that's all she's doing right now.
Yeah, she's like, my family's kind of messed up, and I don't want to go back. So
Yeah.
that's what you're gonna stick with. Okay.
She's also still a little rattled, so she's not in her safe zone.
Yeah.
Playing self.
After I heal her, I give her a hug because
Aw.
we're like still really close.
Okay. As well.
And I'm just like, well, it's okay. I mean, we're here for you.
Wait, why was I talking? I was a cat.
Yeah.
Just very intelligent.
So we assumed you were being very supportive.
You're
Yeah,
very supportive cat.
yeah, they heard a bunch of meow, 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 meow.
I was the only one who understood. Gosh.
So, and we kind of had some bad stuff too. I mean,
What happened?
Edlana and Senya got teleported to a demon world?
Oh, we're back with the demons, huh? Fun. Sorry, I'm not a character. Don't.
I got this traumatic
Biggest
experience that
eyebrow
happened with my
raise.
brother, and I'm just like, ooh, demon world.
Yeah.
Out of character, please.
I mean, technically we don't know except
It, Narte said it happened when at Mara's closet, like, they got attacked and they got.
well, I mean, Kenny speaks up and he says, well, you guys, they were attacked. Well, basically, here's the lowdown. Alana shows up, I think that's her name. She, comes, and the old lady goes with her, and then the three of them go to this shack, and they fight this demon, and then two of them got sucked into the portal, and it's a bunch of crazy stuff went down. Honestly, I think you should just go to this place. I mean, I would go there, but for obvious reasons, I shouldn't. I mean, you're not gonna get answers until you go there.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I guess we could try closing this portal and destroying it. Sorry, I'm trying to think of how we did it last time, because we did it at the distillery. But I think that might have been the demon hunters that did it. I don't know if we did it.
The demon hunters kind of, it was like a joint effort between the druids and the demon hunters. Because the demon hunters did like the dismantling of like the magic sigils, and then Archdruid Terrafont did the cleansing of the land.
Well, actually, I have something that might help us. And I like reach into my bag and I pull out like this vial of water. Terrafont gave this to me before we left, so that I can talk to him. Maybe he can use it to help, I guess, consecrate the demon portal.
Okay. How are you using this water?
Well, I'm not using it yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We're not at the portal.
Okay. I was excited. I wanted to be terrified again.
Oh.
I saw that. I saw the little wiggle. I was like, something's going on over there.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about the water thing too. I've been wanting to use it,
Right.
but there's just been so much happening.
So upstairs, you guys hear some footsteps, and then you hear a familiar voice. Where did everyone go? Say hi.
Where? I'm like holding Luna, and I'm like, we're in the wine cellar.
Okay, so. Oh, okay. And so then you hear some little more footsteps pat down, and Ryurick pokes his head down. He's like, everyone's in the wine cellar. There's not enough room for him, so he's like in the
he's
hallway of this stairwell.
Yeah, he's in the stairwell.
And he's just like, I mean, we have better places to discuss things. You know, we have a. Well.
Yeah, but we're hanging out with the Arcane Bois. I'm calling it the Arcane Bois. Kind of rolls off the tongue.
That is meows in agreement.
Meow. And Kenny just shrugs. I'm okay with this. His voice.
I jump into Ryurick's arms as like a reflex check thing.
Oh, okay. Let's see. He's kind of a klutz. Let's see if he.
You can do it. I believe it.
So he puts his arms out, trying to catch you. But like your cat body is just like flexible, and so like you wind up jumping onto him more than him like supporting you. So like you like jump onto him and then like sink your claws into his shirt, so he's like, oh my gosh, I got you.
Yeah.
Well, Nessa and I have been talking, and we think this marriage thing would be a good idea for us.
Meow and support.
And, you know, we've also been talking about, you know, Nessa's thinking maybe we could, pitch both me as her new husband, and kind of like perks himself up a little bit, and also as, a new noble, well, a reinstated noble at the same time, you know, two birds, one stone. Yeah, because turns out she really likes smart guys, and he like adjusts his glasses. He's like, I was in the top 5 of my class, all through my college years. Lists off a number of honors from his college that you guys don't really know, but understand that like it's, you know, cum laude and like honor roll, and like he got very high marks.
Oh, college is cool. You get all this stuff from college. I want to go to college.
And he's like, luckily for everyone, I'm really oddly weird about keeping all my paperwork on me. I honestly think that's something he would do, because he's just kind of paranoid.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just like, so I had my diploma with me. And they said I shouldn't bring it. Well, right.
Joke's on them.
Joke's on them. It's just like that.
Yeah, I kind of imagine her as some sort of like Morty but shorter John Mulaney. Like the action was kind of moody-ish, but without being really funny, just more like wow, you know, a little bit along the way there. Could be impression I'm getting here.
So yeah, well that's what's going on with me.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. And you hear Nessa from the top of the stairs, and she's just, it seems really crowded. Maybe I should stay up here. It's okay, it's fine. Tarina, do you want to come with us? You seem kind of oddly invested in this. I mean, not that I'm opposed to it, I do please come.
Would you actually mind if I were to, like, go in 10 minutes before you?
No, that's fine with me.
Wonderful. I get the impression that if I were to talk to your grandmother first, or whoever, I don't know who I'm talking to, if I were to talk to them first, then there is a much higher success rate for you.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'll take that. That sounds good. And Nessa comes down the stairs anyway and kind of pokes her head in there, and she's just like, yeah, Bobby, that sounds good. Yeah. And, they go, and she kind of like, we should probably go upstairs. She's like, yeah, I think. He puts Luna down, and he's like, wait, we're gonna get lunch going. So they go upstairs. Alright. What do you guys want to do next?
Meow.
I think we should destroy this portal thing. I mean, they can't really have a portal to a demon world here, right?
So that one's out of town, though. How much time do we have left before Mara's execution?
Yeah.
Wait, is it out of town? I thought it was here.
It's on the outskirts of town. It's not like that far, to be honest.
Okay.
I
I
mean,
think
like-
it was like just outside the cave or something.
No. It's,
Okay.
like, it's outside the city wall, which is like, it's all, like, think of a giant cave, and then there's a walled city in the middle of said giant cave. It's just outside the wall. That's changed. But, that's how you perceive it. And, so as a cat, like, you do vaguely perceive the Arcane Bois as predators. But, like, your mind as a half-elf knows that you don't need to be afraid of them. So, that's
Interesting.
That's just a thing. And, yeah, they're just gonna keep going about what they're doing. Now we're gonna go to Tarina. Alright, so you,
Little party coffee there.
yeah, the four of you go, start walking towards where High Priestess Avrah hangs out, which is the Cathedral of Black Tears. She's High Priestess. It's not hard to assume that she's going to be there.
I like it. Black tears like running mascara, or Sure.
You don't know.
Okay.
I guess you could make a religion check if you wanted to.
okay. You know what? I roll for fun.
Okay.
On hand.
I won't
I'm
make
16.
you 16. Okay. So that's pretty good. This is also a cool tidbit. You remember reading about an indigenous Drow religion, because Gealach's half Drow. So you're just intrigued by this generally. And in your readings, you found out that there's a legend about how the Drow came to be. And their dark mother, the Breotreacht, is is the goddess that they worship. And it is said that from her tears of rage that the Drow were born. That's why it's called the Cathedral of Black Tears.
I can relay this information to you guys if you care, but if you don't ask, then she won't.
Right. Alright, so let's see. You guys have a little bit of walking to do. But we'll say, you get there, okay? And, you come to the cathedral. There's, those of you who've been there before, let's say, 3 out of 4 of you have been there before. At least, Tarina, you've at least seen the courtyard, because you took Nessa out.
Yeah.
So there's the courtyard, the cathedral, and then off to the left and the right, there are other buildings. And Nessa went off, I think, to the right to the living quarters. But in front of you, there's the courtyard, and beyond that are stairs along grand staircase up to the cathedral. Alright, where do you guys go? What is the plan?
Would the matron be in the church area, or would she be in the house?
You don't know.
I'm gonna go over to the church area.
Okay. So, you go in. You, see that there's, midday mass happening. They, oh, here on. I got sweet Orthodox Russian chants.
What?
No, they sound really cool.
Wait, Russian Orthodox chants. Bring the flavor, Tiffany. Bring the flavor.
I don't know if you can hear it, but...
Michael can enjoy it.
But it sounds really cool with the acoustics. Anyway, you see the priestesses are conducting a mass, and there's one by the door. And she turns and looks at you when you walk through the door and says, "Welcome to the Cathedral of Baptisms. I see that you are not of our kind, but
Yeah.
is there someone you are looking for?"
Yeah, there is. I am looking for, what's her name? The High Priestess? Do you know where she is?
There's this really long pause where she tries to hold her fury in because of how obnoxious that is.
You're disguised, right?
No.
Oh, okay, you're just talking without voice. Okay.
Yes.
Actually, no. Can I look like my sister right now?
We have a conversation.
No,
Shade
sorry.
probably true.
Can I look like my sister walking in?
Yeah, I'll let you retroactively cast that spell. It's fine.
Yeah. So I still look like a Miliani, just not me.
And she kind of raises an eyebrow at you. Says, "And who is calling?"
Hi. My name is Nualia Meliani, and I'm here on behalf of my brother Aravic.
Yes, of course. We have been expecting you.
Nice.
Come with me. And so she leads you back outside and walks across the corridor, goes to the right and towards the living center quarters. And
Ooh, fancy.
so there's she opens the doors. There's essentially kind of like a waiting room in the immediate antechamber. She says, "Please wait. I will announce your arrival." The High Priestess is probably in her evening quarters. And then she vanishes behind this door, and you hear some muffled conversation, and then an exasperated sigh, and then the priestess comes out and says, "She will be with you in a moment. Please wait. Do you require anything else?"
I'm good.
Very well. I will return to the cathedral. Then she leaves. And you wait a good 10 minutes. Do you want to do anything in those 10 minutes? Or you just want to wait?
Is there a couch or a sitting area?
It's a very there are benches, okay? And it's kind of like a minimalistic Zen style almost. Think really modern style. Kind of cold and austere. and it's black and white, but still very like fashionable and nice.
Alright, I think Tarina's just gonna like sit on the floor up against the wall.
Okay. Okay.
And I'll give you guidance like it's right before you walk in. Because it has a minute. For any check within the next minute.
Alright. Let me, just check something real quick, please. The door opens and you see the High Priestess walk through. She's garbed in a long black robe that's not overly ostentatious, but still like very nice. It has like a subtle detail in it. Like, it has like a silk black and then like another like silk black pattern on it. And she approaches you and says, Nualia, may I pursue?
Yeah, hi! And I pop back up and I just like offer my hand to shake her hand.
There's this like long pause as she's like wide eyes, like, wow. I am High Priestess Avrah. They call me Dean. Like tentatively, like puts her hand out, like, oh gosh, why? And so she has her hand out.
I grab it and I just like violently shake her hand.
Yes, you're very enthusiastic, I see. That's quite enough, thank you. Now, we've been awaiting your arrival, Miss Nayame. We've come, I assume you have come to discuss Araban and the engagement.
Oh yeah, I'm here for my brother, yeah.
Wonderful. Please step into my office. So you step into her office. She has like
Because we're all there, right?
you're outside.
Oh, we're outside.
Yeah.
Twiddling thumbs.
And it's very immaculate and nice, and things are have their place, and she has like really like fancy looking vases, and she sits behind her desk and gestures to a chair and says, please sit. And you both sit. Now I wanted to discuss several things. I understand that his lineage on his mother's side isn't quite as detailed as I would like. Would you provide any documentation on that so we can clear the waters?
Documentation?
Yes, like a birth certificate or a family lineage.
Well, I know Mom grew up with some elves, and my dad did not like my mother very much, and he just about threw away everything that she owned when he tossed her out of the house. We don't know very much more than her name, in all honesty. I'm sorry, that's probably not very helpful, is it? Oh, I wish I could be of more help. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Like, she stares at you for a long time. She had a quill, like, ready to write notes. And, like, the ink just, like, drips down the quill and makes this, like, puddle of ink. And she just stares at you like, it's unfortunate. And, so she gets out and she puts aside, like, that piece of paper and gets another one out, a clean one, and says, well, perhaps you could tell me about, Araban personally, perhaps he, has, more, charming features as a person rather than this unfortunate lack of documentation.
Yeah, Airman's great.
And I understand that he comes from a long line of druids on your father's side.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know what circles he was in, or what he studied?
No, I'm sorry. I honestly don't know a whole lot about it. The females in our line haven't really had the druid touch, so they honestly kind of kept me away from all the druid stuff. Sorry.
Well, I'm sure there's got to be some form of druidic paperwork somewhere. She laughs nervously.
It's working.
Would you care for a drink? She stands up from her desk and goes over to this cabinet and pulls out what is probably brandy, pours herself a drink.
Gosh.
Sure, I'll take some.
Just pours you one, and like there's not a lot. Brandy's hard, so she gives you a little bit and puts. There's I think you put ice in brandy. She puts ice in it, whatever. And she hands you her drink and then sort of sips on hers and sits back in her chair. And she says, "Oh yes, this is." She gives you a detailed explanation of like the fine distillery it came from and its wonderful taste and flavor and blah blah blah.
At some point, I take a sip and like make a face, but then keep sipping it.
Lovely. And I'm sure he was at least educated. Now, if you are from a noble line from at least one side and allegedly another, what sort of education has Erevan had?
Oh, we had private tutors who taught us stuff. He also had druid teachers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you happen to know any names of this?
We had different teachers.
Yes.
His was Sharon, I think.
Jared. Yes. She takes a deep breath. I see, Jared. Use my resources to look into that. She looks down at her notes, and like it just has just little like tidbits that if you looked at it wouldn't really make a lot of sense, but she is. Well, thank you very much for coming to represent your esteemed family, Miss Valiabne. I'll be writing to your father most definitely.
Oh, wonderful! When do you want Airman to come over?
You know, I think we might want to stave off on that. There's just a few things I want to clear up first before we tie the knot.
Okay.
She takes you outside and says, I wish you good travels. Goodbye.
Oh, really sweet of you. I hope you have a good day.
Thank you. Quite kind. Please tell me she gives her like a really awkward hug.
Yeah, she gives her a hug.
Good.
Thanks.
Like rocking back and forth sort of thing.
Yeah.
She's like, awkward pat, yes. Lovely child, yes. I'm sure your father is waiting. Do you want to keep him?
Oh, Dad doesn't care. I'll get back soon enough, though. Thanks for seeing me.
Thank you for coming by. aren't coming.
Wonderful.
Okay, and it's 10, so we're gonna end there. Thank you for listening to Dungeon Damsels, the Sorority of Madness. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you're interested in supporting us more, please check out our Facebook and our Patreon page.